let me turn up. Rock block. Huh? Turn up. If the Rock was here, he'll be off ahead of.
What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Mia Moore, and I'm back with another video. And this is Life of Mia Moore, and this is NCAT Survival Guide Part 2. So as y'all can see right now, I did the first one when I was back at home in a study room in a library at home, but now we're actually on the beautiful campus of North Carolina A&T. In the student center and the study room right there, you can see A&T in the background. So in this video, this is going to be a part 2. It's going to be talking about like just campus life and campus resources, more like campus resources and organizations. And I'm just going to be talking about campus organizations and kind of like what do you want to get involved with, what are the right organizations for you as you are embarking on your journey and your mission process to choose A&T, or you're a freshman or sophomore still figuring it out, like what kind of organizations can you get involved. So we're going to get right into the video. Okay, so at A&T, there's so many things to do. Like, this is the largest HBCU, so there's a lot of organizations that cater to a lot of interests. So, like, for your major, your hometown orgs. So I kind of wanted to talk about first the top 5 organizations that's on campus that are called Big 5, Top 5, whatever you want to call them. So that's SGA, student. It's going to be a lot of acronyms, so make sure you take notes and know the acronyms. So there's SGA, Student Government Association. There's FSE, Fraternity Sorority Engagement. So those are the 2 top orgs, and then there's 3 more. And then you have SUAB, Student University Activities Board, SUAB. So they're kind of like the planning body to plan events on campus. So they're like the fun events you'll see. I think they're having like a speed dating event, drive-in movie this weekend. So they're like the social planning body and also help plan GHO as well alongside SGA. And so those are 3. Then you have Councils of President. So that's COP. They're the governing body organization that governs and runs all of the student organizations on campus. So everything you need from your bylaws, constitution, booking a room, and all your logistics has to go through COP. And then you have RHA, which is Resident Housing Authority, and that's another organization. So that's kind of like housing engagement advocacy there with students. And you have community service wing as well, like you have Mr. North Campus, Mr. Barbie, things like that. So those are the top 5 organizations on campus. So like RHA, FSC, SUAB, SGA, and COP. Those are your top 5 organizations. And then you have smaller organizations. So I'm from Virginia. Like my first semester, I was kind of active in Virginia Aggie. So they have hometown organizations where you kind of will find people from your hometown and kind of, feel home, find a sense of home at A&T. So you have your A&T organizations, home organizations. So they have Virginia Aggies, Metro Aggies, as people from like the DMV, Georgia Aggies, Deep South Aggies, West Coast Aggies, Midwest Aggies. So there's a lot of hometown organization Aggie groups where you can just find people who are from your hometown and kind of network there. And then you have like kind of your major and career goals, passions, organizations. So I'm a pre-law student. So I was active in the National Black Law Student Association, also known as NBLSA. So that was an organization I was really active in, and kind of was like planning events, taking law school tours, LSAT preparation, legal workshops and programming. And then I was also involved in National Council of Negro Women. So that was kind of like a woman org where we do a lot of service and a lot of sisterhood things as well. And then you have 100 Collegiate Women, the same kind of a mission and purpose as well. There's so many great organizations on campus, I feel like, and there's so many organizations created every single year that is put on the mainstream of A&T's organization. So I feel like when you're coming to A&T, be very attentive about what organization you want to align yourself with and infiltrate in, because there's so many. And I understand I did the org fairs actually today at A&T, and I would say like going to the org fair, especially in the fall semester, is actually so busy, so hectic, because there's so many organizations. But there's something for everyone to find, for you to find a sense of yourself. But it's all about like finding what you like. Like there's couture, so if you like modeling and dancing, that's something you can get in. Then there's also Verge, but I'm a couture production CP stan. I don't dance at all, but I'm a CP stan. I stand with CP. But those are modeling organizations if you aspire to be like that. If you're dancing, there's different dancing orgs. If you like to paint, I'm more sure there's a painting club. If you like there's sign language. You can go Aggie Sign. Like there's so many organizations for everything. I'm trying to hit the top ones. Like you got like Aggie Men. So it's an organization, of course, it says in the title, Aggie Men for boys who go to A&T. You have so many organizations. I'm trying to think off the top of my head because I'm trying to tell you guys what I was involved. So I was involved with SGA my sophomore and junior year. So I ran for sophomore class president as a sophomore. Didn't win, but I was appointed as chief of staff for the sophomore class president. And then junior year, I was a senator of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. So SGA has several positions, all three branches of student government, but I was in the legislative branch as a senator. Then you can be class president, class secretary, class treasurer, SGA president, Mr. and Ms. for your class. So there's so many overwhelmingly positions, but I want my biggest advice, and then there's also Greek life as well. I'm a member of the Alpha Phi chapter of Alpha, Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So there's Greek life also present on A&T's campus. So I've did a lot of organizations, but I would say my advice to anyone who's coming to A&T or who is younger, underclassmen at A&T, be very intentional about what you do and what organizations you align yourself, because I can understand that sometimes in A&T culture, we get caught up in trying to have our hands in so much things so we can get into other things, and it's just like, stop burning yourself out for a goal that's not guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? For a goal that's not guaranteed. If you strictly align yourself with your passion, so like I'm a pre-law student. If I was in organizations that I wanted to do. So I was in the not in Bolsa. It's very active in Bolsa. That was my main one thing, but I did that the most in SGA. So I didn't do everything else just to make myself look marketable or look better, because it's like when you have one or two things under your belt and you spend majority of your time and you get great results and you do a lot of great projects or whatever the case might be in that, it looks better than saying you did 10 million dealings but you only got one service hour or not much to really explain in it. Let's say in an interview when you're looking for a job and they're talking about your campus involvement, you have 10 memberships in 10 organizations, but you barely do anything for any of them. So I would say just A&T students, if you're watching this, just be very intentional. I've done it all. I'm a graduating senior, so, and like I told you what organizations I'm affiliated with, so I've done it all. But just don't burn yourself out trying to be seen. And that happens a lot on A&T's campus. Do what you love. Do what strictly aligns with your passions and your goals. And you know what I'm saying? Have let's say be active in 3 things. Do 2 organizations that align with your career goals, and then do a fun organization. So if I was pre-law, I can do Embolsa and Phi Alpha Delta, the law fraternity. And then if I say I like sewing, I go join the sewing organization. So really find things that aligns with your passion and what you like to do. But I think A&T has everything. If you're into real estate, they have Aggie Real Estate. If you're into investing, they have, if you're into investing in cryptocurrency, there's a cryptocurrency club for A&T students. If you're a finance major and you want to, or if you're a finance major or you're not a finance major and you want to be involved in the Financial Management Association, there's FMA for you. Like there's accounting organizations, there's business organizations, there's business fraternities. There's so much things that you can get into at this school that I just say, if you're an incoming student, really look. I don't know if you guys will have access to 1891 Connect yet, but literally look what do you want to do? Figure out what you want to do and find those organizations that align with that. If you want to skateboard, see if there's a skateboarding org. There's people that be skateboarding all in front of the student center. So there's just so many things you can get involved with at A&T, and I feel like coming to A&T, you learn so much that there's diversity in Black people. I didn't know there was so much diversity in Black people coming really into A&T. Like I went to all white high school, so like I was like, there's Black people that are YNs, there's Black people who skateboard, there's Black people that listen to metal music, there's Black people who listen to rap music over there, and it's just like, and it's a melting pot at A&T. I'm more sure other HBCUs as well, but it's a melting pot of Black people. So you really can find your niche and your audience and what you want to do. And if you were really passionate about civic engagement, and there's OSE for you, the Office of Leadership Civic Engagement. Like if you love volunteerism, you can go over there and create your own service initiative or do something. If you're really passionate about like feeding homeless or curing food deserts or curing world hunger, I don't know, go to the Aggie Source. There's a food pantry on campus, and they do other initiatives as well. So it's like, It's just it's a matter of you finding out what you want to do and knowing what your passions are, and finding those organizations. If it's because a lot of people also create their own organizations, and that can be a bit problematic. But that can be a bit problematic for many reasons that I won't name. But if it's an organization you don't find on A&T's campus, which I will find to be very hard because there's so many organizations, but if there's not one, you can always create your own one. It doesn't have to be under A&T. It doesn't have to be a registered org. So you know what I'm saying? Like there's as I'm thinking about it, there's so many things. If you're supply chain Aggie, there's supply chain Aggies. There's so many major aligned orgs. There's so many interest hobby aligned orgs. There's so many professional orgs on campus. So it's a matter of really picking out, like I keep saying this because it's very, very important. It's a matter of picking out what things you want to align yourself with. So that is NCAT Survival Guide Part 2. I wanted to come on here and tell you guys some of the top 5 organizations, also some different orgs on campus. And make sure you look in the description box as well, because I know in the beginning of the video I said a lot of acronyms and you're probably confused with SUAB, COP, and stuff like that. I'm going to list out all the top 5 organizations in the description box and tell you what those acronyms mean, and also tell you list a couple more orgs if I didn't mention in the video, so you just have a good understanding of what you're coming into, and if you're an Aggie or you're a possible Aggie. Peace, love, and Aggie pride. And this is NCAT Survival Guide Part 2, and this is Life of Me and More. Bye.
Turn up. If LaRock was here, he'll be off a header. If Pee Wee was here, he'll be off a header. If